Good morning, everybody, and welcome back to the channel. We're here at the WKA Gold Cup at Jacksonville, 103rd historic track. Now guys, I went out yesterday for a practice, got here just for the final practice, shook down the cart felt great. I'm hoping I'm not too far off the pace for today. We got one warm-up, qualifying, pre-final and final for today, and the same layout for tomorrow. So let's see if I can not suck too bad and put this thing up towards the front. If I get top 5, I'll be ecstatic. If I come home with the cart in one piece, that's even better for me. So let's get this day going. Thanks for stopping in. Don't forget, you know what, subscribe, like, and share like always, guys. Thanks for all the support. Let's get this day underway. Chris is running the Chris Daltrey. Yeah, he's back, and he's running super heavy. Super Masters class. So he's on that Cosmic power now. Cosmic powered by, I think, VP made his motor, and I'm on the MGM by AEM. Let's get this day going. And there's Chris. He's in race mode.
7 of Camden power.
Or not.
Warm up. This is the first time I've run Jacksonville in a different configuration, and let me tell you, it is a breath of fresh air, first of all, and second of all, a freaking blast. Going into a chicane is just nailing it right. If you don't, you nail it wrong and get it wrong, and you'll see later on what happens when you get it wrong. But going to this bowl backwards, holy crap, what a rush. I mean, it's so freaking awesome going in this direction. I don't know why we don't run this direction more often. The other direction is extremely boring. That's my personal opinion, guys. Other than that, this direction, I really enjoy it. It's super fun. It's fast. It's quick. It does take some driving. And the draft does play a role, but it's not huge. It doesn't play a massive role. You see James, he had an issue. Oh, he had a carburetor issue. He didn't tighten up his little Phillips head on the bottom. He drains the carb after the run, so he forgot to tighten that up. And then he had another issue. He just forgot to tighten the motor mount. So he was not hitting it on all the cylinders yet. But still pulled off a stupid fast lap in practice. But here you go on. There's turn 3. Your flat foot here into a chicane is freaking awesome. And then here, I was turning in too early into the bowl, not really using the banking to push me down through the bowl. I would turn in earlier, so I was turning real early, pinching it off. I could feel the guys behind me stay right on my butt. Here, it's a pretty quick double left. You want to get as far as you can to the left so you can make a good run out through this mini bowl. And then right here, just excellent. Just loved it. P5 for first practice and only practice in the morning. Had great speed, was feeling confident, upward and onward.
First practice went well. I was out in front. I didn't want to be around anybody, and I'm glad I wasn't around anybody.
Senior 360, Stacy
I just wanted to try it out, see the change I did work.
Yellow, you need to scan your tires.
It got a little quicker, but I created a bad hop in one of the corners, so I just went back to where I ran it yesterday. I felt better with new tires, so see what's going on. Chris is on track, and a pop-up rain shower came out of nowhere, so we'll see how Chris is doing here in qualifying, but he has to go and dry out the track for the rest of us. We'll see how sketchy it is. He looks good. He looks like he's catching the guy in front, which sucks in qualifying, because I don't think you're allowed to bump draft here, to be honest. Man, James is just flying.
45.
Insco. He woke up this morning. He was P1 in practice, so
748 for James Insco.
he's the one I want to beat. So that's my benchmark. If I get close to him, I'll be happy. Stack field though. Fast guys. I'm glad I'm able to hang with them.
All right, on to qualifying. I was trying to get up closer to the two top guys. James and Kevin had a nice little draft going. They just timed it perfectly. And I was just a sitting duck, so I was even ducking, guys. Right? I was trying to get out of the way. I was trying to duck. But I still had a really good qualifying run. They just timed it perfectly and nailed the lap. And they had plenty of speed on their own anyway, so I don't think it would have made a difference if they had a draft or not. I think they still would have ended up P1 and P2. I ended up P3, Really good run. Kart felt great. New tires. Yeah, new tires was the way to go. Vegas are really good for that one lap, and then they fall off again. So other than that, really good run. P3, extremely happy. On to the pre-finals. I don't think that's too bad. You go into a bowl. I don't know. All right. Qualifying in the books. P3, P8. Kart's hooked up. I just, tire pressure probably. I don't know, man. But Coyotes are quick. James Insco and Kevin Medeiros are both on Coyotes. They were gone. I couldn't run them down by myself. But I have a teammate out there, Tim Skinner. He doesn't know he's my teammate yet, but we're gonna work together for sure. And then I'm gonna talk to Ron Ritter, and hopefully us three can drive by the two Coyotes and work against them. So it's gonna be an MGM, and I'm gonna bring a Burrell with me. It's gonna be a good fight. I know it's gonna be a good battle. If the cart stays free, she's gonna be moving, because my last two laps were my fastest. They're identical, and I keep screwing up this stupid corner. It's all driver now. I gotta wake up. All right, pre-finals, first try. I caught the first try because I didn't think it would rain, but it does. We get off to a really good start. My whole goal was just get in front and break up these two duos. We raced really tight, hard, and clean. I thought I had a good run being on the inside of the first. You don't want to be on the inside of here, the chicane. I had to back out of it. James slid right in front of me, and then we're going to run down the pack. Right off the bat, I was going for the attack. I wanted to get around him, but he had Kevin's draft, and he had one less tooth than me. I was still shoving in on the inside. I was trying to make any move possible that I could do. They get in between them. I was sending it in. My goal was just to get in front of them and break them up. Two reasons. One, I did not want them to hook up and push away from me. I had great speed, but I didn't know how much my speed was there. If I could stay on their rear bumper if they drafted. And two, I just didn't want to be in between this championship battle. So I just wanted to get in front of James and let James battle out with Tim. Right here we go down. I put my head out again. Kevin's looking. I'm looking. We're all looking. But nope. We are lined up nose to tail. Going to the bowl, I was staying off of them as much as I could. I didn't want to get into it with them. I was having a little bit different line here and there, and my cart would just spring off this corner. Just got a really good run, be on the back bumper. Right here, I already had made my decision. Turn one, I was going to go on the inside. James broke early here, and that's his normal braking line. I got into the back of him, got him loose, took it up on the inside, and took the position. Later on, I found out that braking that early was the way to go, going to that turn, because I had a hop. So you can see the raindrops starting to come down. Right here, if it did not get too crazy in rain, I said this is going to be a good run for me. You guys know how much I love the rain on slicks, but the weather got just way worse real quick, and you can see we are fighting the carts bad. After this, they did a smart call. They threw the red flag due to us not having any rain covers, saved the engines, pull off track. Good call on the race officials for that, for sure. All right, round two, here we go. You can see there's a little bit of wet spots here and there. Really, the only area that it was an issue was actually in that bowl section. You'll see in the bowl section, it was just hairy. Trying to get up, James gets away really well. I have Tim to my left, and then now I'm just like, holy crap, I got to move forward. I got to make sure I make a good quick pass on Kevin. So I'm going to shove it up on the inside here. I just run out of steam, don't have enough gear, and then just stayed right there. Now, if I get up closer enough, we would have, but you saw there, Kevin's cart pushed up. I've shoved mine back on the inside. I was dragging brake. I saw the wet patch. The carts were going to slide up, but he was able to hold on his position. Good on him. And now I'm thinking, where do I try and make the next pass? He was actually driving in deeper into turn one, so it was going to be really hard to make a pass there. But right there, during the break, I talked to James, and you can see the difference. Kevin would drive in hard. I would back up the corner and get a really good run. I shoved it here. I tried to make a move. I thought I was going to get a bump here. I didn't. Look to my inside. I'm going to get passed by Tim and somebody else. and I'm going to try to hold it on the outside like an idiot. Really didn't have anywhere else to go. I had someone on the inside, and I get shoved off up the track. But I wasn't worried. Pre-finals, kart was quick. I did not think they were going to run away from me at all. Just ran them back down. Kart had way more speed in it throughout the run. I had to really hold back in some sections. And then Kevin's kart started to come alive towards, longer the run went, Kevin's kart got faster. And James, for some reason, slowed down a little bit. I think we just were able to run down James, catch a sniff of that draft, and then from there on, be good to go. Here, I thought about making a move, but we really were just trying to stay out of that wet patch. They're going to see people slide up a little bit. We all slide up. But, we were drying out the track for everybody else. This is the first session after the rain delay. They decided to move lunch up, so that was smart of them. Here, I was just getting a really good run. Trying to make my move, trying to pick a place where I was going to do it. 16 was struggling a little bit. My goal was just to get by him and then track down the two in front. Right here, he just drove it in deep, lost the rear. I get a good drive on the inside, pass him before the chicane, and down on the back bumper of Tim. So I'm going to push Tim for a couple laps, actually for the rest of the race. I was trying to get him around Kevin, but we were just running out of gear a little bit. His nose would get there, but he just wouldn't hold it in there on the inside. It is the pre-final. He's probably thinking starting on the inside would have been better. Most of the time that is true, but for this track, starting on the outside was actually more beneficial. He would get a really good run here. I would try to stay off him as much as I could through a chicane. I didn't want to really hurt him. But then I came up here, give him a light little shove into a corner. It just wasn't enough to get by Kevin here. And then you can see us were either James backed off or we were just coming like a freight train. We were just rolling really well. On this inside part of the track, we just suck right up. But I think that was all done to gearing. These guys might have a tooth less than us because down the straightaway, we just could not get by them at all. Here I thought we could get a really good run out of this last chicane. I was going to try to keep it up tighter, get a better run, just stay there. And then Tim really gets a good run. I just was not close enough to help him. By the time I got to his back bumper, it just wasn't enough. Kevin did a really good job racing and holding us off. This was nose to tail the whole race, all 8 laps. It was, pressure was there. Any little slight mistake, someone was going to pounce. Driving up front, it is not easy at all, especially when you're leading as well. So good job to James for taking care of the pre-final. Kevin, good job for P2, Tim, P3. I ended up P4. It was all right, but, kart had way more in it, and I was going to show it off in the finals for sure. All right, my pre-finals in the book, finished P4. Should have not been as nice as I was. Chris, P8 or 9, he was super nice. I just was trying to make a pass in the wrong spot, and then I thought I was going to get a bump from behind, but never came, just got freight train. And then track was kind of slick on the outside, so got ran up the track. Was able to get it back under control, pass for 4th, run back, and then I just got held up. Car has a lot more speed in it. Weather is acting up. It wants to rain, wants to dry. Hopefully it stays dry. Gloves coming off, going for the win of the finals. Nothing else to do other than just fucking send it. All right, on to the finals. I'm on the outside row. This was going to get hairy at the start. The outside usually got a better jump, and usually got a better start, but not this time. We get off, and then there's going to be chaos. I'm on the brakes. I get hit from behind. I send Kevin off. Tim goes a little wide, and then Ron and Jeremy go on the inside. James gets a good run out front. I'm not too worried about the situation right now. I am kind of worried that James did get out there, but I set my car up to come in halfway through the race. And so if I stayed somewhat within earshot, stayed in the draft, it is going to be a really good run. You're going to see how much quicker my car is through this section. It's just coming off this mini bowl. I just feel it just springs off the corner. I felt it since the Grands, and it is just hooked up right. Like I said, you're going to see if you make a mistake in the chicane, how big of that mistake can hurt you. And Jeremy in front of me is going to make a slight mistake in the chicane here. And I'm not going to lift. I'm just going to keep my foot flat on the ground. I see him overshoot, come back across, and I'm just going to go right by him. He opened the door. Now my goal was just to race down Ron and James, and hopefully Ron could not push James away. But like I said, the cart was just flying. A lap later, I'm right on Ron's rear bumper. I'm trying to figure a way, how do I get by? Just coming out of this tight section, I was thinking about making a move here. I was just not far enough up on side him, but my goal was just to get by him as quickly as possible and then run James down. James is the one that helped me freaking that turn 1 to back that corner up, and after that, that was his mistake because I used it against him hard. Coming down the straightaway here, this little short shoot right before the huge corner. I'm thinking about making a move. Just run out of gear. I'm not close enough yet. And you can see I am pitching it in later into that bowl. Cart just felt better doing that. I noticed the guys in front of me that were doing it. They're just turning down later and getting a good run. Right here, I get a really good exit. I maybe thought about doing the crossover if I was close enough. But no, I could not get by him yet. Ron was doing a really good job. I know once I cleared him, James not pulling away from us, I was going to be able to get a good run. Ron overcooked that turn a little bit, and now I'm going to be right on his back bumper right through the chicane. I give him a little bump on the end, just trying to get him a little squirrely, and then I get a really good run on the exit, get a draft, and then right here, I've already made a decision. My nose is there. I'm not moving my nose from it. I eat the grass on the inside. He gives me plenty of room. We go side by side into a bowl, and then I get by him. And now my sights are set on catching at 117. If I can get close to him, catch his draft, he was going to be in trouble for sure. Just because I knew the way he was racing, he had way more top end. You can see him start overshooting turn 1. Exactly what he told me I was doing, he starts doing it. So, like I said, leading is extremely difficult. But how I had the speed, I wanted to be out in front. And because of my gearing selection. I know he had way more top end than me. But due to my gearing, I thought I had a better chance. If I could survive the back half of the track, I could definitely protect and keep the lead on the last lap. It was just staying ahead. If I could stay ahead. I don't mind leading up front. Once I get in a good rhythm, I just keep hitting my marks. I don't worry about people behind me. I usually don't look back just because I can't look back, to be honest. So I'm too big to turn around, and the neck brace doesn't let me look back that well. I do a little glance from time to time, but other than that, it was just hitting my marks. All I thought about was just keep hitting your marks, keep him behind you. If he gets by you, don't worry. Just figure out where you can make a move and where the pass can happen. But I was able to keep him behind me. It was a really tight race the whole time. He was beating my back door off, and he knew that he was going to stay there with the least amount of laps. Usually when a pass happens, it happens with 2 laps to go, or they wait for a last lap. So it's either going to happen with 2 laps to go or the last lap. So I'm already thinking ahead. What can I do? Where am I going to defend? And how can I get him back if he gets around me? I'm thinking he's going to get around me on the big end, right before the bowl. That's where he's going to get around me just because of the gearing he had. He was in my draft. I could not get away from him. And Kevin had returned back to the fight. I did not know that Kevin was back there. Kevin and James were there, and I did not know it was a 2 against 1 battle. I thought it was just going to be a 1 against 1 battle. I'm just happy that Kevin made a mistake and took himself out of the fight for us, because it was going to be a really, really hard challenge if I had to deal with both of them. But I think right now we're 3 to go. I'm still hitting my marks. I'm making sure I'm not making any mistakes. I'm getting a good run through most of the section. Through chicane, I can feel like the cart may bog down a little bit, but that was just mental thing. And right here, James is going to blow by me like I have an anchor. That was the difference in gearing that we had. He had just a monster's draft and a good shove from Kevin. And then right here, okay, I'm thinking to myself, we're coming to 2 to go. Where am I going to make my move? Down the straightaway would be a possibility. But knowing him, he's going to block. So I have to make it in the tight section. I got to get a really good run coming out of this little mini bowl that could just make the pass happen. Right here, he shoves it in there real hard, makes a slight bobble. He overshoots that turn two, makes a slight bobble, so I give him a little bump going to chicane, letting him know I'm there. He goes down to defend. He makes a really good job. I go up, then I slide back down. There is nowhere to go. My tires have hit the wet patch, and you can see him sliding all over the place too. Now I got to stay real tight. I'm going to send it into this double left as hard as I can. Suck it up to the left-hand time, and I'm going to get a really good run out of here. Once I see I got a good run, I'm going to shoot back to the inside. I'm going to get a really good drive through, and he gives me plenty of space. I dip 2 tires into the grass, and here we are. And it is a dogfight. I have the position. Now I'm thinking I got to defend down the straightaway. If he's going to pass me, he's going to have to pass me on the outside, and you guys know if you're stuck on the outside with me, you might just call it good. Straight down to the bottom. I did not going to give him any room at all on the inside. I stayed away from that wet patch, and yet my cart gets a little slippery and slide going to here and the bowl. I can feel him just beating my back door down. Do this double left. I drive it in hard. I'm going to white line the mini bowl right here. I don't want him shooting up on the inside. I'm worried about the crossover move, but God was on my side. I was able to hold it. I put the cart right in the middle of the track and was able to take home the win. I am ecstatic. I cannot believe it. I am through the moon. Thanks to MGM. Thanks AEM Power. Thanks everybody. I just cannot believe what had just happened. Thanks Mike Smoker for all the help, all the support. I'm through the moon, guys.
No, I'm not gonna dump this. We're about to have dinner. Oh my god, I don't have any time left on my camera.
Ah, the victory!
No. How much time do I have left? Just get a big shower. My dad has an RV. Is a toy hauler, small shower. Not the right combination out. We're talking about, hey, we're talking about RVs.
Because we got champs.
Yeah, we got RVs. All right, we're talking about RVs. You guys know Will, his dad, Chris, me. All right, guys, I fucking did it.
Yeah!
I beat James Insco. Okay, you guys gotta understand, I'm only saying this not because I don't like the guy. It's because he's like one of the pinnacle fast guys of the class.
You fast.
Right? So if you beat him, you're fast. Chris is amazing. Oh, Jesus Christ.
Grand National.
This has been going on for a minute. I've been trying to do this last take. First, the SD card's full. Second, the battery dies. All right. At the end of the day, it went well. Chris, P6 in the end. Had P5 wrapped up, but he can't go through the chicane to save his life. You gotta love the guy. By far, the best race he's done.
Two times I messed up.
We were just talking, Sean and him were just talking about RVs, right? We're talking RVs because they're gonna get an RV and I'm just gonna crash it, just like I crashed Chris's. And then Will is working on his car. He went to a medium axle and a whole bunch of other stuff. And Paul's probably gonna get mad because I gave away some secrets, I guess. But in the end, you see that? You see that trophy right there?
What's it say on?
See that right there?
What's it say?
That says first fucking place.
And what's on the top though?
Grand National first
Grand
place. Do you know what that means? I did it, guys.
Woo!
I beat James Insco. Now I'm saying that because it's not that I don't like the guy. He's one of the pinnacle when it comes to the class. So me running up front and beating him, it's just like I solidified I don't suck. Hey, and the best thing about it, look what I got. Little bubbly what they got me. Hold this, man. Dang. Now, I don't even know.
Oh, it's gonna work.
Yeah, it's gonna work. Yeah, baby! We're not even getting in the camera. You're not even getting this. I don't even know how they do it. Yeah, I'm just happy. Cheers, like, subscribe, and share. Fucking send it.